Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
Welcome to my channel, guys. So on today's show, what we cooking is crowd-pleasing jollof. Jollof rice Ghana style. So our ingredients for today is our goat meat. Then we have here our vegetables. That is our sweet heat peppers and jalapenos. Then we have our ginger. Our bell peppers, different colors. We have the yellow, the red, and the green. We have garlic and tomatoes from the garden as well. Then we have our onions soaking in water. We have tomato paste, black pepper, salt to taste, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, soy sauce, and our allspice mix. Y'all know it's about to go down. So next, we prep our garlic, ginger, and onion. And we're gonna put this in the blender. We're gonna blend it and use this as seasoning. Blend this and use it to steam our goat meat. After adding a little bit of water to the vegetables in the blender, we blended it and we pour it on top of the goat. This will give it that lovely flavor for our jollof. Next, we're gonna add salt to taste. Then we're gonna stir to make sure that our blended vegetables permeates every part of the meats in the pot. So now we're gonna cover it and leave it to cook. So next we proceed to pour in our oil in our pot. Now this can be any oil, it can be vegetable oil, it can be olive oil, any oil that you can get. So we're gonna let this oil sit and heat up, then we're gonna move on to the next step. So our oil is heated enough, we add in our onions. And we're going to give it a gentle stir and leave it to fry for about 2 minutes. A quick check on our goat meat. It's doing pretty well. We just need it to soften up. And sorry, I'm gonna add in my sweet heat peppers and jalapenos. So this is the only peppers that I'm gonna add to this jollof. The reason is kids are gonna eat this jollof too, so they cannot handle the heat. So this is the only peppers that I'm gonna add. Normally I will add Scotch bonnet, but because of the kids, I'm not. So give it a gentle stir. So after about 10 minutes, we add in our tomato paste. And we're going to give it a stir. You should have your heat on medium.
Jerusalem.
What we have here in our blender is our tomatoes from my first garden and onions. So normally you'd add Scotch bonnet or any pepper that you have, but as I mentioned earlier, kids are gonna eat this food, so I don't want it overpowered with heat. So I'm just gonna do it with the onions and the tomatoes. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to enable me blend it smoothly.
Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
So our goat meat is all done cooking. I took the heat off, and now we're gonna move to the next step. We're done taking out the meat. So we're gonna save this broth. We're gonna incorporate some of it in our stew for the jollof, because you would want all the flavors of the goat meat to be incorporated in your stew. Then we're gonna put the rest away for future use. So our mixture here has been frying for about 10 minutes. So it's ready to add in our blended onion and tomato. So there we go. And we're gonna give it a gentle stir. Now we're gonna leave this to cook for about 8 minutes. Now you should cover this and have it on medium heat because it starts to pop and you don't want to get hurt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our goat meat in our grill pan and put it in the oven to broil. Now you can bake this, you can fry this, whichever way that you want. But I'm gonna put mine on broil. And as you can see, I poured a little bit of oil in the grill pan just to make it easier for the oven to grill the meats. It's all set and ready to go in the oven. Preheat it and in it goes. So I added in a little bit of my allspice seasoning off camera. I'm sorry about that. So in goes Maggi. And adobo seasoning. Adobo, I'm sorry. Yeah, which I forgot to mention from the beginning. Then we're gonna give it a gentle stir. We add some garlic powder. This is optional. This is my preference. It's not really necessary. It just gives me some added flavor that I personally like. So you can choose to ignore that. Now we're gonna add in some salt to taste. Popping up, popping up. So our next step is to wash our rice. Now, I know a lot of people do not think it's necessary to wash their rice, but I do. You should always wash your rice before you cook it. Look at our stew now. Once you see it popping up like this, that should tell you, with the oil on top of it, it should tell you that it's ready for the rice to go in.
Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
So right now, what we're gonna do is add in the broth that we put away from the goat meat. Then we're gonna give it a stir. So at this stage, if you have a napkin or aluminum foil, you should cover your jollof with it and leave it to cook. Then we took our goat meat out of the oven while the jollof is cooking, so we can flip our meats and put it back in the oven. So you should constantly check on your rice to see how it's doing, if it needs more of your broth or water. Then you go ahead. It depends on how you want your jollof, if you want it hard or soft. So goat meat is ready, as you can see. As you can see, It's turning out pretty good. It's popping up. Y'all know what time it is? It's about to go down. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. So at this stage, we're gonna add our vegetables to the jollof. So we have here our onions, our peppers. That's sweet heat peppers, it's not spicy. Our bell peppers, about to go down. Just look at that. Popping up, popping up. Y'all know what time it is. So we're gonna go ahead and cover it with our aluminum foil, just to let the vegetables soften up a little bit, and then we move on to the next step. We almost set. Now is the perfect time to add in our meats. Just look at that. Our jollof is all set, ready to serve. If you got your plate ready, just join me, bro. It's about to go down. That's what I'm talking about. Just look at that. Look at that.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze.
I really like that with the bell pepper.
You love it?
It was my first time eating jollof with bell pepper. It's actually really good. It's really good, baby.